So I'm Nick Ayers, live in Haringey now on the Haringey ladder. Been a customer of Paul's this is my second house actually that I've used Paul, having met him about 3 or 4 years back, and then as soon as we moved to this property, needed some built-in wardrobes, and he was the first person that I wanted to call. We probably had about 5 or 6 different companies come around and quote, and it's an interesting thing to embark upon because you're coming in completely blind. You don't know about people's quality, you don't know about the costs of things, and cost is always one of the first things. The thing I definitely recall from your visit was both how knowledgeable you were in terms of each little intricate elements of, well, this, if you're doing this, you really need to think about that, you're going to need this additional space, but also your passion for the work. And I recall we kind of had a cup of tea and chatted and caught up, and I really liked that. I thought you really took a passion in your work. The cost came in at a sensible level. We're not the cheapest, we're not the most expensive, but came in at 11, and I think the combination of the two was really what made me want to go with you and your company. You had flexibility. I recall on this particular job you moved around 2 things to be able to get it done before Christmas for us, because it was really important we had it all in at that point. So I thought the communication with you was really good. We were kind of texting and giving each other the odd call here and there. Then your carpenter was on site. Again, he was great. One of the things I hadn't appreciated you would do was have all the stuff pre-cut off site. So actually the mess was fairly limited, and you and I spoke a couple of times during that. You even sent me 2 or 3 pictures while we were away to show us progress, and we got back and it was exactly as we expected. And then your painter was outstanding. My goodness, this room looked like it had been a murder scene in terms of the plastic up everywhere, just covering every element of this room, and not a splat of paint was anywhere by the time you'd finished, and the finish was exceptional. Yeah, I absolutely would recommend you and your company again. In fact, I have. You're now working with the interior designers who you worked very closely with to give us a very specific bespoke design on our wardrobes, which a number of people have complimented since, because it's just so important to the space of how they fit, because it's linking through its dressing room that goes through to our ensuite. So absolutely, I have and will continue to do, and I've said to a number of people, if you want to come around and see the finished product, because I think that's the real test here. Is if people can see it, feel it, touch it, then that's when you want to work with someone. And increasingly, I don't really go and do ever an internet search anymore, just cold. It's about recommendations, word of mouth, and people that are prepared to say, well, come and look at the finished product and then make your decision.